Hey, what's up, guys? So I just wanted to take you through a quick media setup that I just did for a buddy of mine. We are, of course, using XBMC as the software of choice. Some of the other elements that we have in the mix, we have, of course, his LG flat screen. We're using the Acer Revo RL70 as the platform down there. The operating system is Windows 8.1 64-bit. And one of the remotes that we're using is the Harmony, the Logitech Harmony 650. So we have it set up as a universal, of course. We're going to be controlling the Media Center PC, the television, and his cable box down there. And of course, for the times he needs a keyboard, we have the Logitech Dynovo Mini. I love it. The Acer Revo does come, well, some models do come with keyboards, keyboards and mice integrated. But this one does not have a mouse pointer, so it's of little use. It's of some use, but we're going to be using the Dynovo Mini because it does have an integrated mouse pointer as well. So first, let me take you through the Harmony remote here. So this is, of course, the home screen that I set up on the Harmony. You have the, I'm not sure how well you can see that, but you have the LG TV. You have its Comcast box. You have the Media Center. And of course, you have the keyboard. So I set it up to emulate a keyboard as well. If you want to control the TV, do your thing there. Of course, and cable box, you can change the channels, TV.
Caps, he has been money, not going so well for Jonathan here tonight early.
An LA team that has the best road goals against average in the NHL is falling behind quickly. The Caps
Side swing across the ball, left.
And of course, you can turn them off as you see fit. And then you just bounce back to the home screen.
And right now there's construction all over that. Well, those are further down with it.
And of course, we're back to XBMC. So I'll just take you all back through XBMC here. So he's actually not going to be using any local media. We have set up a server for him back in his home in Chicago. He's obviously in my area, but also moves back and forth between Chicago and DC. So we're going to be connecting to a server that we've already set up back in Chicago. So let's see, we just select, of course, whenever you want the keys, you select the proper application. Back to the Media Center setup. So the program that he has running to share his media across, of course, the web is called Plex. And the way you have Plex set up at home, you rip some Blu-rays, you put it on your server, and you broadcast it to the internet. Of course, you log in with the username and the password, and you can access your you can access your media from anywhere. You can access it from your phone, your tablet, of course, a connected device such as the Acer Revo. then you're off and running. Of course, the quality is dependent upon your connection. His connection is pretty good, so the quality is going to be really good. And also, it of course depends upon the stream that you rip the program in. So, I mean the Blu-ray in. So, if it's 1080p, of course you're going to be streaming at 1080p, but you can control that through Plex as well. If you're on a bad connection, you can stream it at a lower bit rate. If you're on a great connection, of course you want to stream higher. And of course, with the remote, you can fast forward, you can play, pause. You can jump to the next movie. So you can you set up a playlist. I mean, you don't even have to set up. Actually, you just have a list of movies. You can just jump right through it. And if you don't know what it is, of course you click info. It'll tell you exactly what it is. So you have all that set up. Info. So you have your info, your guide button. You have the menu, of course, and exit if you want to exit. And of course you can control the volume. The way you have it set up, the movie still plays in the background so you can kind of peruse. And this is 21 Jump Street.
Like in 4 days.
So of course you can have integrated subtitles if needed, and they can always be accessed from any movie you can think of. You just download them right on the spot.
I mean.
And there we go, just that fast.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to put this nicely.
That is not a nice way to put it. You're a fucking nerd. And, you know, she's hot. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her.
I'll see you later.
If you want to turn subtitles off, just turn them off. So of course that is always an option. Another cool thing about XBMC, which is the reason we of course use it, is because you can use all these different plugins or add-ins. So just like your phone has a lot of different apps that do a lot of different things, XBMC is the same way. You have, of course, different apps and add-ons for everything. I have one integrated so that you can browse the web. We're using Internet Explorer 11, which of course this is where the keyboard comes in handy. And the way I have the remote set up is actually with a to emulate a mouse. So you have mouse up, press that, oops. Press my screen, of course the mouse up here, I'm not sure if you can see that. Mouse left, mouse right, mouse down. You got left click, right click. So pretty much you can have this remote emulate anything that you want to do. So my mouse left over to YouTube. And you can also have it set up to, of course, scroll if you want to scroll the page. I haven't set that up. I probably should. But I'll just scroll with the keypad here.
About being Spider-Man. Everything. Peter Parker. Harry Osborn.
It's been 10 years. What have you been up to?
I do some web design.
Nice arm.
It's just the wrist. Just on the wrist, buddy.
Peter, you're gonna want to see us. Oscorp. And you under surveillance. Why? Isn't that the question of the day?
And then whenever you're done,
Is what I thought it was.
I want
Again,
to do that. Secrets
no keyboard needed, you just click
Matrix does too.
your close application button, and you're back on you're back to XBMC. You're back to your home screen. So really, you'll never see Windows unless you absolutely want to. I've also set it up. I have a button here where if you have some Windows program that you want to run, you just click the button, and there you go. You have a Windows running, and then you're again back to XBMC. So I'll take you through a couple of the plugins that we have here. So of course, One Channel is probably the most popular streaming website that it's been condensed into a plugin. I've integrated One Channel's library into his library, where you add the shows that you want to see. So they're not downloaded locally, but it does kind of retain a bookmark to these movies and television shows, so that you can obviously come back to them without having to go through that One Channel app. You can just browse it right from your library. So these are all from the One Channel library. Usually One Channel will pop up and ask you to pick your preferred stream. Some of it depends on their connection, or whoever you're streaming it to, whoever you're connecting to. Now that's the easy thing. You have a lot of options. The downside is sometimes you'll have some stuff that doesn't play, and you have to go through a couple of streams before you pick a good one. Or the same thing with quality. Like you see, this is only 480p, and obviously that's not acceptable. So I would go to another one. But just the same, you can pause it, play it, fast forward it. So it is really cool. So we go back. And all you would do is you go to One Channel. Let's say there's a particular television show that you're interested in. You just menu up and add it to library. And if it's an ongoing show, of course you want to subscribe so that every time a show airs, it's also added to your local library. You add it to your library. Then you go to your television shows, and once it takes a little while, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes, but you'll see after the library updates, you'll have whatever you added in there. And you can do that for almost any plugin. You just add the libraries locally. So another cool thing about XBMC is you can actually stream and view live sports from all across the world. For example, and again, these are all streaming websites that have been localized to this one application, XBMC. So you have like a lot of different ones to choose. So you want some basketball. And of course, to choose the program, it has to be running because this is live. So you can't choose the Suns game that's coming up. Well, this is hockey, but
on November 10th,
there you see there's the Penguins.
and Crosby gave a look to the future when Crosby skated to center ice with a chance to win a shootout against Montreal.
Insider Fox Sports Midwest Studio in St. Louis. Blues trail the Leafs 1-0 with 5:16 left in that first period. Toronto coming up on the St. Paul GM Country Intermission Report. Darren Payne visits with Ryan Reed. We'll get Bernie's take on the first 20 and a look at what's on tap for the Note.
And of course, just the same, you can pause it, rewind, play.
In Toronto, guys.
So it is very controllable, very, very cool. So obviously some of these are mislabeled. They're not labeled by me, they're labeled by whomever uploads the data. Now again, sometimes you have to go through a number of streams before you get a good link, which can be a bit of a pain in the butt.
Get ready, your boy.
And then of course sometimes you choose a game, but the game isn't on yet, and you get something else that's running.
Cool. I can't believe Fletcher conned me.
We need to take another run at the Leafs. See if there's anything up.
So you have that. There's another really cool plugin that just streams live television shows and movies all day long. It actually streams them in progress when it works. So it looks like this plugin might actually be offline, which does happen because this is a free application. It's managed by actual individuals like you and I, just normal people. So sometimes the plugins aren't updated, and so you'll have to go another route. But I say most of the time you won't have any issues. I say 9 times out of 10. You have a couple of different streaming channels. But again, it looks like this actual add-on is offline at the moment for whatever reason. So we'll just skip that. Of course, you have a plugin for Hulu, Pandora, all familiar YouTube.
As difficult as this is to accept, Captain America is a fugitive.
Shield's been compromised. You said so yourself. You gave me this mission. This is how it ends.
And that's pretty much the gist of it. Another cool thing about XBMC is you can make it look however you like. Again, using add-ons. Let's go to add-ons. And then you have a whole lot of different skins to choose from. I only have 22 installed, but there's hundreds, if not more. There's one where you can kind of make it look like Xbox. That was really cool. You just hit that power button there, on off. And she's out of there. 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 So it powers down, and then when you're ready to resume, you come home from work, you want to watch a flick, hit that power button on, and you should be up and running in less than 10 seconds. And just that fast, you should be right back into a movie of your choosing. That's about it. So all in all, his particular setup costs around, without the duties paid to me, of course, costs around $300. The Harmony remote, I believe, is $60, give or take, on Amazon. The Acer Revo can be had from anywhere from $150 to $300, depending upon your configuration. If you want an SSD in it, how many gigabytes of RAM it comes with, hard drive size, space like that, things like that. You can upgrade the graphics card in it, of course, because it's a system on a chip. But there are a lot of different options in terms of connected machines to your television. You have the Oyas, there's the Lenovo series, which have the Qs, the Q180, Q190s. There's a lot of different options. The Revo is just one of the better looking models, in my opinion. It's pretty slick. It's really inconspicuous, really tiny, silent. You can barely hear it. Another cool thing about it is that you can actually connect it. There's another piece you connect on the bottom there, and it hooks. This is detachable, and it hooks right to the back of your television. So if you don't want to see it, you would never even see it. And again, these are full-blown Windows PCs that obviously you see run really, really well. So that's it for me, guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Anything that I can do better, let me know. Later.